welcome back to my channel. ElloSims here with another speed build. Today I did a Craftsman style bungalow. If you don't know what any of those words mean, that's okay. It doesn't really much matter. It's just like the style of this house. It's kind of similar to the last build I did, that Dutch colonial, where the upstairs is like in the roof. So it has those hitched roofs that come up the side of the walls upstairs. You'll see when I do the roof here in a minute what I'm talking about, if you don't know what I'm talking about. So I did follow a floor plan mostly that I found online of a Craftsman style bungalow. So if you do have questions about that type of house, you can actually look it up and you can see lots of examples. So here's the roof that I was talking about, how I did it just the same in the Dutch colonial. The two half roofs meet the top roof there. So you can see in the front how the front porch just slowly goes all the way up to the top peak of the house. So that's pretty characteristic of the bungalow style. And then the Craftsman, I know it has something to do with the mix of wood and stone in the house, and there's a lot of like architectural details, but not architectural details like there are in Victorian style houses that are all like fancy and intricate. It's more like just wood and stone. I don't know how to, so like you see at the top there, that roof that I'm putting right here, right now, those little things, that's very characteristic of a Craftsman style house. I wish those fit better under the eaves of the roof, but I did what I had to do. Anyway, enough about that. We're on to the landscaping now. I kept the landscaping really monochromatic with a lot of green and some white flowers. I actually built this house for a specific family. I am currently doing the Not So Berry challenge on my Tumblr, and I'm on generation 4 currently. In my actual gameplay, my generation 4 is a young adult, and he's actually a twin, and this is his twin brother's house. But I still wanted to keep it a house specifically for like the Not So Berry challenge. So it is the Not So Berry generation 4, which is gray, and it's a gray, and they're athletic, so that's why there's a lot of workout equipment outside. I did a lot of specific stuff for the family. I can tell you a little bit more about the family. He's an athlete, she is a stay-at-home mom, and their little sister, which is a spoiler alert, by the way, if you follow my Tumblr and you're watching this before, they do have a little sister. She's going to live with them as well. So that actually ends up, well, there's 4 bedrooms in this house. There's 3 upstairs and 1 down. The downstairs one I made for more of like a young adult, for the sister, so when she moves in with them. And then the upstairs, there's the master, and then 2 toddler rooms. I won't give any more details away about who the toddlers are and like whose babies they are, so we'll just leave it at that for now. But there are 2 toddler rooms upstairs. Obviously those can be converted to whatever the heck you want them to be converted to. So I actually did the backyard first in this house. I just kind of started doing it with the landscaping, and I just couldn't stop, so I just continued and finished it up. It's pretty basic backyard. It's kind of small because the lot I put it on is pretty tight in the backyard, but I kind of wanted that. I built this in Newcrest, and I don't know, I just feel like Newcrest is made for like those lots along the side there. I don't know how to describe where they are. Not by the water, but not up near the top of the map, but down on the right hand side. Those lots are really skinny, and I was planning on building a similar house just like this one right next to it, maybe actually 2, because for my storyline it makes sense. I don't want to give away too many details, but yeah. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, the yard's small, blah blah blah. Okay, so upstairs there's actually a lot less of the roof cutting through upstairs in this house than there was in that Dutch colonial I made. It just came out better because I had a wider floor plan upstairs. So there is a little bit of cutting in the master and the front bedroom, but it's really not anything that'll affect gameplay in any way. So right now I'm going through and I tried to paint the walls gray, like in the main living areas, but the gray wall paints in this game kind of suck. They're either way too brown or way too blue. So I do change them a lot. You can see right now it's blue. I think this one in the kitchen is the only one that stays this color. I end up changing a lot of the other ones to white or to a darker gray. So, and to the kitchen. I wanted this kitchen to be really big and I don't know, it's like a chef's kitchen, I'd say. So I have that big island counter. I used to do that all the time where I make this weird pear-shaped, teardrop-shaped, that's not the right word for either of those things, with the 2 points on the end, that shaped island counter. I used to make them all the time in my houses, and then I just kind of stopped. I don't know. But I decided I had enough room in this house, so I made a big, huge, fancy island counter. There's pretty much just everything you need. I didn't do coffee maker, ice cream maker, or anything like that because I never use those things, so I didn't put them in. And since I'm probably actually going to play in this house a bit, I didn't think it was necessary. So, yeah. Pretty simple otherwise, this kitchen. I mean, oh, I'm stuck. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm going to yawn. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Sorry if I just made you yawn also. Mobby. So, yeah, I'm just putting the decorations on the counter right now. I haven't done this in a while where I actually go and move the counters and use move objects and put everything around just because I've been kind of lazy, but something about this house and knowing that I was actually going to play in it, because most of my builds I know I'm not going to play in, either because it's not my, like, style actually, like my actual gameplay style, or just because I don't need a house at the moment. But I knew I was actually going to be playing in this and having a family in this, so I wanted to make sure I liked it. So that's why you see me actually doing stuff. And I broke one of my rules and I actually put bar stools in a kitchen when I find that so annoying, because if you put bar stools in a kitchen, your Sims will always want to eat the bar stool instead of at the table. I mean, actually, first Sims go to wherever anybody else is already sitting or eating, so maybe they will actually go to the dining room table if I get at least one Sim to go to the dining room table, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Who really cares? I just did put them there because it looked right. Moving on to this room, it's, I called it like the family room in this build. It's more centered around the TV. I do not keep that giant butt TV. I move the TV. That one is the one I keep. There's 2 living rooms. The front living room is more, I'd say, formal, but I do put a TV in there as well, and a piano, I think. A small piano, though. But this one is more centered around the TV. If anybody who's doing the Not So Berry Challenge, Generation 4, I know not a lot of people are on that generation, that I follow at least, but Generation 4, one of the criteria is you're supposed to have family movie nights every Sunday. So that's kind of, I wanted to make sure there was TVs with a lot of seating, so however many Sims end up living in this house, they can all watch TV together in like a family room. Even though I'm not gonna play my actual Generation Heir for 4 in this house, I had the idea of building this house for Generation 4, so if anybody else wants to use it, they can. So that's why it's so specific to the generation, even though I'm not using it for this generation. How many times am I going to explain this? All of the times, apparently. So yeah, anyway, that's why there's a family room and a living room. And there's actually a TV upstairs too, in the parents' bedroom. So there's just so many TVs. I'm gonna yawn again. Why? Sorry. So, I did not keep this whole entire house strictly just gray. I mixed in a lot of browner colors and blue, and actually in the master bedroom, it's not gray, which is kind of not quite right. If I was actually gonna play in this house for my my actual hair, I probably would make the bedroom actually gray, just because that makes more sense and it's better for screenshots. But the rest of the house is gray. The upstairs bedroom is blue. I just kind of felt like going blue, you know? Just sometimes that happens. So in the front room here, this is the other living room. This is the room you walk right into with through the main entrance. I wanted it to be not too formal, but I wanted it to be more formal than the family room. Does that make any sense? But I tried a bunch of like fancy couches and it just wasn't working, so I tried my hardest not to make this too fancy, because they're not like a fancy family. He is a professional athlete and she's just a stay-at-home mom, so they don't have like, I mean, they have a lot of money, but they don't have like a lot of money. So I didn't want it to be like too, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I wanted it to look nice, but not like, oh, I'm so fancy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No? Maybe? Are you listening to me? I don't know. So yeah, I try to make it as casual, but also formal as possible. This makes no sense. I'm sorry. Anyway, so there's a fireplace, and that's pretty much it in this room. Oh, and a little teeny bar. I use the globe bar in the corner, because I didn't know what else to put here. And when I was taking screenshots from this angle, I noticed it was kind of bare. I wish I would have put like another picture or so on the wall, but I figure once I actually move my Sims in there, I take a lot of family pictures to hang up on the walls, so I'll just put some of those up in here. So that's kind of like up to you if you want to do that or not, or if you just want to leave the walls bare. I mean, honestly, when you're actually playing, most of the time you don't see the walls, so it doesn't much matter, but it just looks better for screenshots if that's what you are into. Onto the dining room. Again, I didn't want it to be too formal, but I still wanted it to look nice. I ended up changing the wallpaper. I changed the wood color to, I think, the darker color. I think that's what I do. I don't know, that's in a minute, but it's really just basic in here. It's just a table, pretty much. It's pretty small, and it's kind of weird that the staircase is right here, but that's where it was in the floor plan. I followed, quote unquote followed. I think I'm going to change the walls right now. Maybe I change them to no, I think I definitely changed them to this. Yeah. No? Oh, maybe I don't. I don't know. Maybe I just leave it white. I don't know. I find that when I do things all white, like rooms very white like that, they look way too fancy for me, but I guess I left it. I don't know. So over here, this section is like it's kind of like the guest suite. There's the main downstairs bathroom over here, and then the quote guest room. I know who's gonna live in that room though. The little sister is gonna live there. She's not, I keep saying little, but she's gonna be an adult when she moves there, I think. So she's not little, but she's just a single sim. It would also be good for a teen room if your family has a teen. I mean, eventually your family should have a teen if you're using this for the Not So Berry Challenge, because, you know, you have to have kids for that to work. That's like the point of a legacy. Anyway, this bathroom is brown. It's very brown. I don't know why I made it so brown, but it's just the guest bathroom. I wasn't too worried about it. And I did this weird shelf thing above the bathtub, and I put a mirror on there, and I think it looks kind of cool, actually. I get in moods. Either I want to build shelves with fancy crap all over it, or I don't want to do that at all. So some of my houses have lots of that, and some of my houses have none of that, because it depends on my mood. So just putting stuff on the counter, normal basic bathroom stuff, you know? And there's the brown bathroom. This is that guest room I was talking about, you know? It doesn't really have much of a style. It very much looks like a guest bedroom to me. There's really not much in here. but I mean, it works. It works for the sim and the way I play. So again, this is not going to be my main legacy family. It's like the side family. So I wasn't like super duper worried about it, but they do also have a storyline, so I wanted them to have a nice house that I could take screenshots in. I think we're almost done with her room. Pretty basic, pretty small. This would also be a good room if your grandparents lived in your house too, because it's downstairs. And in real life, old people, for some reason, don't like to go upstairs. I mean, not for some reason. There's a pretty obvious reason why they don't like to go upstairs. And that's not all old people. I'm trying not to stereotype old people right now. So, upstairs here is like a landing study area. There's just a desk and a table. Yeah. A desk with a computer and a chess table. I get rid of this card playing table or whatever this... Yeah, it's a card table, right? I don't know. Sims don't use it anyway. And a bookshelf. So, pretty basic. Couldn't fit too much more up here. I have a lot of trouble with the rug for some reason. I often have troubles with rugs because they never are the right size that I want them to be. I don't know why, I just can't make them whatever size I want. Moving on to... Nope, putting a rug down. And a chair. I really like that chair. It's kind of modern for the style of this house, but I try not to keep my builds too strict on one style. Like with the decorations. I like my mix of traditional and modern and whatever the heck else you call any of these styles. This is the main upstairs bathroom. Pretty basic. Just a bathroom. It gets painted blue with gray floor. I don't know what else to talk about with that. And I'm gonna yawn again. I'm sorry. You think I don't sleep, but I sleep like 8 hours a day, at least. On to the parents' bathroom, which they do have an ensuite in their master bath. Pretty basic though. Just, I think it's brown again. What is it with me and brown bathrooms in a house that's supposed to be gray? I try to keep it gray, but I wanted to put shelves in here. Surprise, surprise. So I had to change it all to brown. But I think I painted the walls gray. I don't remember. We'll find out though in a second, won't we? Gray? Gray? Yeah, it's gray. I do not. What? Okay, that floor. Okay. I thought I put that ugly floor in there. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about with the upstairs bath. Nope. Upstairs bedroom. It's blue. It's blue and white. Not really gray at all, but I figured that maybe the wife, like the mother, or if your sim is the female, maybe the husband or the wife, don't want to, whatever, stereotypes, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, somebody liked blue, so that's why I did this. Change that rug. I put the desert painting above their bed because my Sims family, actually generations 1 through 3 all lived in Oasis Springs. So like the desert city, this is the first time any of the Sims are moving out of Oasis Springs. So I wanted to keep some of that deserty feel though. Just like a teensy weensy little teeny bit though. So that's why that desert painting is above their bed. I don't really think there's too much else. The only other thing that's kind of that I put in to reminisce about that is downstairs on the back porch there's a cactus, so there's that. Other than that, yeah, no, I didn't do much. Already finished the master bedroom. Onto the first toddler room. I momentarily had a brain fart and thought that Generation 5 was orange, but right after I put the curtains up, I looked and I remembered that it wasn't. So Generation 5 is plum, so purple. I left it though, just simply because I liked it. And also I know most people who play this challenge that I follow currently keep a pretty strict female air in their legacies. So I made the girls' bedroom purple and the boys' bedroom is orange. And I mean, it'd be pretty easy to change if you didn't like it, or just ignore it, you know? This is it's The Sims. You can do whatever the heck you want. So, it doesn't quite matter, but here's the purple bedroom, more following along with the theme of the Legacy Challenge. It's also a toddler room. I don't always like to make just toddler rooms, especially because it's not very long that they stay toddlers, but I knew that I was going to have toddlers living in this house, so I needed toddler rooms. That's pretty much the explanation I have of that. We're really almost done here, actually. I only have a couple minutes left of the video, so yeah, I think I'm gonna let it go to music here. Just finishing up the purple bedroom. I think I just put a picture on the wall and a rug. So yeah, enjoy the screenshots, and I will be right back. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the screenshots. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. Thanks again, and until next time, bye!